As the chairs of the Debt Commission, Simpson and Bowl, told the Budget Committee, this nation has never faced a more predictable financial crisis. I would say that this nation has never faced a more difficult financial challenge. We have deep systemic demographic problems. They need to be addressed. Yet today marks the 1,240th day, and since the Democratic leadership in the Senate adopted a budget. For 3 years, in a time of financial crisis, the Senate's Democratic majority has failed to comply with the United States Code that requires us to bring up a budget and bring it to the floor of the United States Senate. Politico observed in May 15th, the Democratic leaders have defiantly refused to lay out their own vision for how to deal with the federal debt and spending. I believe that is a colossal failure of leadership, a failure of fundamental responsibility, and puts them in a position of, in my opinion, of being unable to ask to be returned to leadership in this Senate.
Mr. President, the distinguished ranking member of the Budget Committee pointed out it's been more than 3 years since the democratically controlled Senate has passed a budget. That should be a national scandal. During the same time, we've considered the President's proposed budgets, which have been voted down unanimously. That is, Republicans and Democrats both realize that the President's proposed budgets are unserious attempts to solve some of our most serious challenges. The President couldn't get a single vote from his own political party for his own plan, a plan because it does not include serious efforts to preserve and protect Social Security and Medicare and put us on a sound fiscal path without job-killing tax increases. When Republicans regain the majority in the Senate, we will pass a budget, we will reduce the deficit, we will tackle our long-term debt, and we will help grow the American economy by getting our boot off the neck of the small businesses and job creators in our country.
For the past 3.5 years, the President and the Democrats here in the Senate have failed to provide the leadership that America needs to make a stronger middle class. Middle-class Americans continue to face bleak economic picture on this President's watch.
The President, the administration, and the Senate majority have failed to govern during a crucial time for our nation. There's a willingness to kick our problems down the road with the hopes that the next election will suddenly inspire action. Rome burned while Nero fiddled. We've had enough fiddling. The President's answer to jobs and the economy was to have his failed budget. 3 times it was voted on without a single vote in favor, not even a single Democrat in favor. Over 23 million Americans are unemployed or underemployed. Government regulations and red tape stunt business growth. That's not leadership. That's being asleep at the wheel.
When Republicans come to the majority, we will pass a budget. We will work to balance our budget.
Mr. President, for 3 consecutive fiscal years, the leadership of the United States Senate Majority Party has consciously decided not to bring a budget to the floor of the United States Senate. And you know what the result has been? We've spent $10.6 trillion, increased our debt over $4 trillion, while the American people have cut their debt, cut their spending, and got their house in order during our worst recession since the Great Depression. It's time the leadership of the Senate took a lesson from the American people. Let's get back to the business of America. Let's get a budget to the floor. Let's balance our budget.
These problems are big, Mr. President, but they're not necessarily that complicated. We just have to have the willpower to deal with them. This Congress has not done that. This Senate, more importantly, has not done that. The House has passed bills. House has passed a budget. The House has passed appropriations bills. The House has passed bills to get regulation under control. The Senate hasn't, Mr. President, and I hope when we get back here, we should stay and do those things, but when we get back, we need to be focused on the #1 job for the country today, which is more American jobs.
This year, we will spend over $3.5 trillion, 60% of which is taxpayer money, 40% is borrowed. Over the next 10 years, we will spend $45 trillion. We haven't had a budget in this body for 1,240 days. Not only is this dysfunctional, and America looks at us as a dysfunctional body, it is an embarrassment.
Being elected to the Senate and not being allowed to vote on appropriations bills is like being invited to join the Grand Ole Opry and not being allowed to sing. We need a Republican majority. If we have one, we can have a budget, And if we have one, we will bring appropriations bills to the floor. We will debate them, we will amend them, we will vote on them, and we will do our jobs.